Hello, fellow traders. Today, I wanted to go over this new indicator that is quickly becoming very popular in the markets, especially if you use Tradingview. And this is a free indicator. Why not give it a shot? It's a pretty cool indicator because it factors in volatility. So let's get into it. So if you go to your indicators tab, and what you want to do is you want to type in a swing arm ATR trend indicator. I have mine saved to my favorites, but when you go there, just type it in right here, and then this is going to come up, and you should see, I guess this is the source, and then add it to your your chart here. When you add it to your chart, it's going to say black flag FTS. Okay, so there's a lot on this indicator. If you want to know more about it, I recommend using like Investopedia or just use like Google, and you can research more about it. But in a nutshell, it factors in the volatility. So I guess that's why you see like these shadows. It gives you a very easy visual if the overall trend is bullish or if the overall trend is bearish. So you can easily see that it's saying bearish here. Now, I don't recommend just using this indicator by itself. So like I have a supply and demand indicator as well that factors in order blocks from like institutional traders. So you can see here there is a big bearish order block here and a bearish order block right here. So I just like the extra confirmation because I can see where there's either supply zones or demand zones. And from what I can tell, both of these indicators works very well together, and they also say the same thing. So, if you're just kind of looking at this, you can see here that, the US dollar has been bearish for a while. If you just know that information, that gives you some really good trading ideas for the Euro US dollar, basically US dollar currency pairs in general. All right. And if you notice on my videos, I use CCI a lot. When it comes to this specific setup, I don't necessarily rely on CCI that much because I guess the black flag indicator is kind of telling me everything I need to see. And when I'm looking at this, I'm also looking at the candles. So, over time, you'll be able to see, okay, wait a minute, this right here is a strong area of resistance, because you can see here when the US dollar got to this price, it went down. When it got to this price, it went down. So this right here is a strong supply zone for the US dollar. And then you see this candle right here. This right here is a massive supply zone. With that information, it takes 2 seconds to look and see where the current price is on the US dollar and realize, okay, you know what, this is another supply zone. So most likely the US dollar is going to drop here. So as you become more familiar with reading candles, then you can start to trust more of what you see, and then you can make very quick decisions. So that's pretty much it when it comes to using this indicator. There's not much to it. It does all the work for you. The biggest takeaway is when it comes to most trend indicators, they only say like, bullish or bearish or up or down, but they don't really factor in volatility. Now, if you use like Bollinger Bands, for example, you can, if you understand how to use Bollinger Bands, then you can, understand how to read the volatility. But this is probably the easiest indicator for people who are brand new to use, because it's telling you, hey, this is a sell. Now, normally it works better on shorter time frames. So a lot of people use this indicator to determine like trailing stops, stop losses, or if you're a scalper, like this is like the go-to indicator for scalpers. You can go to the 5-minute time frame, and you can quickly find pullbacks and trend changes. Even though they're short term, it's easy to spot them with this indicator. So I mean, you can see here now it's saying buy, but this is going to be short term, because most likely if it reaches this level, then it's going to say sell. So this could be a fun indicator to use because it's so simple and straightforward. When you get to the longer time frames, it's still very effective. So you can see here, had you used this indicator and well, my specific setup, you have a buy signal right here, and you would have been fine keeping this position. Even now, you would be fine keeping it. But then if you look on a shorter time frame and you see, oh, wait a minute, so the overall trend is bullish, but this right here would tell you pullbacks, and it would tell you when you might want to exit a trade and take profit. So this is a cool setup. So just to make sure we're clear on this, you can use it on the longer time frames to get the overall trend. But if you're looking for areas where you want to take profit, or if you want to adjust your stop loss, then go to the shorter time frames, like the 15-minute time frame. I think that's a good one to use. And then you can see, okay, I need to be taking profit, here, I need to be taking profit here, or I need to be adjusting my stop loss. And then if you're scalping, I recommend using the 5-minute time frame. And when it says sell, sell, when it says buy, buy, and you can do that all day long if that's how you like to do things. Okay, gang, that was it for this video. And please like and subscribe. Tomorrow we have a FOMC announcement, so that's going to be very interesting to see what direction the Fed goes. If it's hawkish, expect the US dollar to make a huge jump. If the Fed is bearish, meaning they want to start lowering interest rates, then that's going to be a shock to the market, because everybody is expecting the Fed to be hawkish and keep the interest rates higher to keep the US dollar stronger. So we'll see what direction the Fed goes. And another thing we want to make sure we keep in mind, a close eye on, is the Forex calendar, because we also have a report on crude oil. And for those of you who don't know, the crude oil report is a very big deal. Even though on your calendars it's mostly like yellow, meaning like if they don't consider it to be high impact news, crude oil is a very big deal because the US dollar always reacts to that. And I know personally, I've noticed a huge increase in gas prices. So that's something that we're all going to be looking for. And just so that I'm keeping things clear, I always use Forex Factory. And and when I refer to like yellow news, supposedly yellow folders are not big impact events. The only exception is going to be the crude oil one. Now, normally the crude oil report is on Wednesdays, but for some reason this week, I think it's going to be actually on Thursday. And that's of course if you, oh, there it is right there. So this is gonna be a big deal. So you can see here just a track record. It's been pretty bad. The supply zones is increasing for some reason You would think now that kids are going back to school, parents are going back to work, you would think that more people are driving more, meaning using more gas and using more oil. But for some reason, we're seeing an uptick in supply zone or in barrels of oil. So, it'll be very interesting to see what happens tomorrow. But if this is going to be a red report, meaning a higher supply of oil, then expect the US dollar to make a drop, and vice versa if it's green. All right, so that's all for this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, take care.